So first up, look at my new shiny quality. It's so good. I finally got a new camera and it's actually the Sony ZV-1 and I'm so happy with it. Video quality is really good. It's exactly what I need. And I put a link to the camera in the description. So in my previous videos, I've always been talking about how I want to go to Japan. And that was supposed to be happening in, well, now, clearly I am not in Japan. Right now, I'm in America visiting friends and I will be back in Austria soon. As things are looking right now, it might take a few more months for me to actually get to Japan, if not even longer. And so in this video, I wanted to give you guys a little update on the Japan situation, what my plans are, and when I'll be able to actually go to Japan. But before I get into the current situation, a bit of backstory on what's been happening. So I've pretty much always known that I wanted to spend at least a year of my life in Japan. In fall 2022, I applied for a language school in Tokyo through a third party called Gogo Nihon, and they're really cool. You should really check them out. They're also really advocating for students coming into Japan right now. And so for that language school, I was accepted to go in October of 2021, which is now 3 months ago. Obviously that didn't happen because borders were closed and I had to push out until January, which now I have to push out until April again. The way the semesters work for language schools in Japan is that it goes by quarter. That means there's a semester starting in January, there's one starting in April, there's one starting in July, and one starting in October. And so right now I'm just pushing 3 months at a time. Japan is the only country out of the G7 nations that has not opened their borders for students during the pandemic, which is by and large already a catastrophe. But what makes it even worse is that at the beginning of November, November 8th, Japan actually opened their borders for students and workers to come into the country, but a few weeks later closed them again due to the new Omicron variant. So right now, no new foreigners can enter Japan again, and we are all stuck in limbo. And even before Omicron was a thing, Japan had this weird system in place where they base your date of arrival to Japan on the date where you received your certificate of eligibility. And that is a document you need to receive from the Japanese government to receive your visa. And I got my certificate of eligibility in July of 2021. I applied almost a year before that, but the process takes a while, so I only got it in July, which means that according to this graphic, I will not be able to enter Japan until a few months later. But now that the borders are closed again, who knows how far that is going to be delayed. So as of right now, things are not looking very good with Japan, and there's so many students and workers and family members just like me who are waiting to be let into the country. When Omicron initially popped up, they said they would close the borders for only 1 month, but now they have expanded that already, so who knows? So what now? My goal for 2022 was and is studying Japanese in Japan. And so, although I already had to push essentially 6 months in the future, I still don't want to give up. So I'll just be staying at home for as long as I have to until I can actually enter Japan. And I'm thankfully in a very fortunate situation where I don't have a full-time job that I need to quit somehow, or I don't have any responsibilities in my home country. I can just wait it out. And that is a very rare situation. I think most people waiting to go to Japan, they have to basically put their lives on hold, quit their jobs, quit their education, just so they can have the chance to go to Japan. Some people have been waiting for as long as 2 years already to enter Japan, and I understand that their patience is running dry. I absolutely adore Japan as a place. I've been there 3 times before, and every time I went, I really loved it. But at some point, I think we need to really ask ourselves, is this worth it? For example, I'm part of a Discord community that was specifically made for people waiting to enter Japan, and a lot of people in there are talking about how they'd rather go to Korea instead now, because at least Korea is letting them in. There are multiple stories all over the internet of students, workers, just changing their plans, giving up on their plans, going to different countries instead, because Japan is not willing to let them in. So the situation is looking kind of dire at the moment, and while I really want to hold on and wait it out, a lot of people are giving up, and I totally understand that. And sorry if this video is a tiny bit short. This was just meant to be a little update on my life, what's going on right now, and what's going on in Japan. I'll keep sharing updates on the situation as well as more content on lifestyle and Japanese culture on my channel. Thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video, and if you want to hear me ramble about my favorite things about Japan, click here, and I'll see you guys next time.